This is Katsura Station, which serves both the Hankyu Kyoto Line and the Arashiyama Line. The Arashiyama Line's platform is on track 1, a short distance from tracks 2 through 5. As the Arashiyama Line suggests, it's one of the access routes to Arashiyama, a famous tourist spot in Kyoto. During the daytime on weekdays, most passengers are tourists. The return train bound for Arashiyama has arrived. That train is the 6300 series, introduced in 1975 for the Kyoto Line. With the introduction of successor trains, the trains were scrapped in 2008, and some of the cars were repurposed for the Arashiyama Line. Currently, all return trains on the Arashiyama Line are the 6300 series. The train departs from Katsura Station. The track on the right is Kyoto Line Track 2. The Arashiyama Line opened in 1928. The terminal station, Arashiyama, and the intermediate stations opened on the same day. The entire line was double-tracked, with its terminal, Arashiyama Station, boasting 6 platforms and 5 tracks, making it an unprecedentedly large terminal station. However, the number of passengers soon decreased. The line switched to single-track operation, retaining its double-track facilities. During the war, the line was converted to single-track through metal donations, a practice that remains unchanged to this day. Arashiyama Station also had low passenger numbers given its size, so after the war, it was reduced to 3 platforms and 2 tracks. Vestiges of the Arashiyama Line's double-track history still remain. The first elevated railway bridge trains pass over after departing Katsura Station is double-track wide. The pillars supporting the roadbed and overhead lines are wide enough for double tracks, as are the piers and bridge abutments. Removing double-track equipment is time-consuming, and converting to single-track would require major renovations, so much of it remains as is. In some places, there are buildings underneath the viaducts, and reinforcement work is being carried out in light of this, so it looks like it will remain this way for the time being. Even small railway bridges have been left in place, and some are even painted as maintenance. This is because the cost of regular painting is cheaper than the cost of removal. Additionally, the Arashiyama Line has fewer curves than other branch lines, allowing trains to run faster. This is because the company that built the Arashiyama Line was troubled by the large number of curves on its own line, so they reduced the number of curves. Most double-track facilities are no longer in use, but the line shape with fewer curves still works to the advantage of train operations. We arrive at Katsura Station. In 1950, passing facilities were installed at Katsura Station and Matsuo Taisha Station. Although demand was not as high as initially anticipated, it seems that having all stations be single-track was inconvenient. The trees on both sides of the platform are colored, and the red leaves add a touch of color to the platform. In particular, the grass next to the platform is covered in red and orange leaves, giving it the feel of autumn in Kyoto. Departing Katsura Station. While you can exit the station directly from this track, the train will travel at a slower speed for a while. This is because the point just ahead is a spring point, which is usually fixed in one direction by a spring. Trains passing from the opposite direction push the springs apart with their wheels, so there is a slight impact when passing. We arrive at Matsuo Taisha Station. The trees on both sides of the platform are the same as at Katsura Station. The tree next to the Arashiyama-bound platform at Matsuo Taisha Station is a different species, perhaps because its leaves have not yet turned red. This area of the canopy over the Arashiyama-bound platform dates back to the station's original construction. Although there was consideration of rebuilding it when the platform was extended, it remains to this day. Unlike Katsura Station, the station nameplate is wood grain, designed to match the roof. Arriving at Arashiyama Station. At the time of its opening, the station had 6 platforms and 5 tracks, but it has now been reduced to 3 platforms and 2 tracks. There were platforms on both sides of each track, allowing passengers to board and disembark. However, compared to the current Hankyu terminals, it was significantly larger and apparently over-equipped. The current track position appears to have remained unchanged, with a slight curve to the left. In the past, there were 2 tracks on the right and 1 on the left, and the overhead power pole on the right was wide enough for a track to branch off directly underneath. After the tracks were removed, a building was built on the land on the right. The area where the tracks and platform used to be remains without being converted into housing or other uses, and the trees planted on both sides of the platform are a vestige of this. During the day, it seems that only this track, which has a lower speed limit, is used. Although there are platforms on both sides of the tracks, only the doors on the middle platform are open except during peak passenger seasons. And at Arashiyama Station, traces of the abandoned platform and tracks can still be seen. As you enter the platform, you can see the abandoned platform on the right side as you face trains bound for Arashiyama. Of the 3 abolished platforms, the 2 on this side still remain. When the station first opened, they were long enough for about 4 cars. The platforms still in use were extended after some of the platforms were abolished, making the abolished platforms shorter. The lanterns hanging from the roof are said to have been spared during the wartime metal collection drive. The benches on the platform feature armrests designed to resemble rickshaw wheels, and the departure information displays even feature maple leaves, a touch of Kyoto charm. The steep slope leading up to the ticket gates is due to the separate floors for boarding and disembarking. This platform was originally a boarding platform and can be accessed directly from the ticket gates on the first floor. The platforms on both sides rise to the second floor, merge at the back left, and then descend to ground level via the stairs at the back. This route still remains, with a staircase next to the station building. Its solid construction shows the dedication that went into its construction. This route is used during peak passenger seasons, but is usually deserted. The reason the station isn't used regularly is likely due to its lack of barrier-free access. Let's go around to the back of the station building.
From here, we can get a good view of the disused platform. A staircase leading up to the platform from ground level has been added, likely because part of it is being used as a storage area for materials. Even without leaving the station, the platform can be seen from the station's internal traffic flow. The route leading up to the second floor from the disembarking platform is visible, and there's a gentle slope in front. Wheelchair users don't have to go up to the second floor from the disembarking platform. Instead, they use that slope to go down to the first floor and exit the ticket gate. The reason Arashiyama Station didn't attract as many users as expected is largely due to its location. Arashiyama Station is located south of the Katsura River, away from the tourist-filled area. Arashiyama Station on the Keifuku Electric Railway's Randen Line and Saga Arashiyama Station on the JR Sagano Line are closer. While Arashiyama Station is less well located than Randen Arashiyama Station or Sagano Line Saga Arashiyama Station, the Arashiyama Line also experiences heavy congestion during the tourist season, and special trains run during the autumn foliage season. On weekends and holidays, 2 additional trains will be added in the morning and afternoon, bringing the total to 6 trains per hour. The autumn leaves in Kyoto have only just begun to change color, and some areas will soon be at their peak. Why not visit before the leaves fade? Thank you for watching.